Hey, so I think I found a way to kind of, well, with a gear swap, mask the issues with the Demon Machine Strafe Zon. The problem with this class is on hallways, it really just rips everything apart, and that's great. But on the big open maps, that's, where you start to struggle with the Demon Machine, the speed slows down. And I, honestly, with the lag that's and the desync that's been happening on the servers, I'm not crashing all the time now, but I am getting desync constantly, so it's very hard to time some of these maps. So I was like, all right, I need to switch to Multishot. I was like, why don't I just go back to the Everything Zon build? And I did it with 3 gear piece swaps. So normally my gear is, normally it's, the Demon Machine, the Fort. You can pause when you want to see it. The Valk Wing, Atmas. We went over this all before. Technically, I have better bolts. I can't remember what bolt. I have a bunch that I switch out, but you get some juicy bolts, Gores, Ring, Razor Tail, because you need the Pierce now because they moved it off Demon Machine, right? BK, and some Skiller gloves with some Deadly Strike on them. And that's awesome. I've got great Deadly Strike. This tears apart hallway maps, but it doesn't do so well in the open map. So I flip on a Coil. I need to get a better Corrupt. Flip on some IAS gloves for now. With some skills on them. I also have IAS Deadly Strike, depending on the map type. But with those 3 gear piece switches, and pull your points out of Evade, your dump skill. I just have 5 in Critical Strike. Max out your regulars, Decoy, Valkyrie, Penetrate, Strafe. Those are all still maxed. I just pulled my points out of Evade, lost some faster run walk. Still have the Pierce on the Demon Machine, still at 100. Lost it on the Decoys, though. I guess that does hurt the Decoys somewhat. I put 5 points into Critical Strike, so I'm still at that 42, 43 range. And dump the rest into Multishot, and I'm only a couple points off the max arrows for that. And instead, I'm using a missed Colossus crossbow. This is essentially a Bariza Zon. It does less damage than a Bariza Zon, but hitting that nasty like 10, 11k max. With the Merc, still 3 does 8k there with the Deadly Strike and everything else pumped up. Still very good. The Coil and some gloves there. It works pretty well. I'm going to show you on a cow map. I got a 200 cow map here I can run. And it is faster. It is indeed faster, at least on Blood Moon. This is the one I've tested it on. Blood Moon was taking me a full 15 minutes to clear with looting. Now I can kind of get it into that 12 with looting, and if I don't, I'll maybe not loot on this one and see how fast it goes. So the only thing it costs you, my Demon Machine has a negative 15 joule ED jewel in it. So it cost me 60 or 43 strength, the difference between the Demon Machine and the Colossus crossbow. So unfortunately, if I'm going to run this hybrid, I do have to replace my nice jewels and my Demon Machine, because I really don't need that 15 negative requirements. I can get a better jewel in there, but to flip onto open maps to the Multishot and stay with Strafe Zon on the tier 1 hallway maps, tier 2 hallway maps, and even Throne of Insanity. This works really well, and I think this is going to kind of be my final iteration of this. It's just some minor upgrades. Once I get some replacement gloves, I'll corrupt those, but really the only thing I need to upgrade, and you do need to know this, sorry, I'm going over gear so much, but I have the Might, Templar's Might, and I have the Faith. Force My Faith rolled 12. Well, even on Multishot, everyone knows the Wind Force breakpoint 95, you want a 13 Fanaticism. You need it for Colossus crossbows too, which pissed me off when I looked it up. Your breakpoint with 12 Fanaticism is 75 IAS when you have a Colossus crossbow. So I got to 80. If you have just a 13 Faith, it drops to 70, which means you could get like an IAS Corrupted Coil, or 30 IAS gloves, or 30 IAS bolts, and replace one of these items with my goal is to get an IAS coil, and then you could put on like soul drainers, and just for that extra oomph or something like that. So that's the only issue I have right now. It's a slight upgrade to do that, but I've talked enough. Passive magic skillers, across the board. Nice torch, sick Annie. And because the mist does have resistances on it, I was able to flip off all of my res charms, or almost all of them, and put them in here. And I just got the 1 lay for 5, 1 cold, and the rest were able to go to max. And I'm still essentially max res except for cold, which I could get with a different corrupt, different ring, things like that. That is all the gear. That's everything, right? Yep, Demon Machine. I guess technically you can go with High Lords on this too. You'd be surprised how often that Atmas procs, even with the slow fire on the Colossus crossbow. And if you have a juicy pack, you can just strafe once, and I guarantee you that Atmas is going to proc. So I don't really want to remove it. I'm probably just going to keep it on there, but you could also do a High Lords here, or even a Saracen's Chance. You know, you're a Summonzon with this setup, so anything that pumps damage is awesome. The decoys, I still have level 38 decoys. They still hit hard, but like you are when you're running Strafes on. Why do you have the decoys? It's there to clump things up. And you'll see on the cow map, when you have like a big arc or something like this spread out like this, you can 1, 2, 3, get 3 packs, go to the top, and spray down. And it just holds them in place and does speed it up a little bit. Anyway, let's see a cow map. And still got level 40 Volks. It is still a Summonzon. His Eye Clan is. Oh! There's a pain getting out of this guy. I'm even on the machines. I hate this guy. There we go. And you see, it still pops him down pretty well. Not like a Summonzon. Like I said, it's not got that 11k just mow down pop, but you got a kid in your lap and you're playing Summonzon, which is why I play Summonzon. It still works like that. a good little test there. Well, it hits pretty hard. Valkyries are able to survive it just long enough that I didn't do anything. It's good. I think I need more deadly strikes somewhere. Like, it just feels like sometimes it pops and just annihilates the pack, and then sometimes it just takes a few too many. Yeah, like that. They're amped. That should be. It's not a breeze, I guess. Oh, yes, this is why I can't play strafes on it. Oh, these things kill me. Yeah, shaved off about 3.5 minutes off normal Demon Machine run. Alright. Oh, it's worth something in. It only cost me basically the mist and a gull for the coil. It's not bad for 1.5 runes just to have a switch like that. Sweet.